wasn't enough for donor coordination that time. So those were some of the challenges.
Besides the main challenges at the creation of TEVETA, all those who were involved to ensure the regulatory body was created did not relent and forged ahead. TEVETA turned 10 in February 2010. What are some of the major strides that have been achieved in the last 10 years? But has it lived up to its expectations? Dr. Patrick Kinkanza has been Director General of TEVETA from its inception.
TEVETA was established in 2000, so we're now 10 years old. I must say that when we started off, year 2000, the major concerns at the time were on quality assurance. Quality assurance in the training institutions. So we developed then the minimum training standards, and by law, all training providers had to register with TEVETA. So a lot of our initial efforts were focusing on quality assurance and registration of training institutions and compliance with the minimum training standards. That developed quite a bit, and now we are at the stage where we can actually grade training institutions, grade 1, grade 2, and grade 3, which represents then a measure of the quality that the training provider is able to attain and deliver. So I think that has been good. In that as well, I think the major outcome is that all training institutions are treated in the same way. So whether one is a public institution or a private institution or a community-based institution, they are all subject to the same standards. And I think that is an achievement which I must say was not there before, in the sense that all training providers now have an equal playing field. They have an equal platform, and they have common standards which are applicable to all of them. And I think that has been, in my view, a major achievement.
A number of programs in the last 10 years have been initiated to provide a strong and organized link between TEVETA and its stakeholders. Some of the major ones included the TEVET Qualifications Framework, the Learnership Scheme, the transfer of examinations from Examination Council of Zambia, ECZ, to TEVETA, the TEVET Fund, the trade testing, and the continuous assessments. We took time to find out what these programs are all about.
The development of the TEVET qualification framework, we do not have a qualification framework in the country. It's one of its kind and the first. And I must say also that the TEVET qualification framework is actually a forerunner of the national qualification framework. Right now the region is trying to look at the TEVET qualification, trying to compare from one country to the other. So already 50 of our qualifications are being compared regionally. And that I must say is a very, very important achievement for TEVETA and for the country at large.
That one is cutting across all our work as TEVETA. And for the development vision, we are quite central to it because it's resting on curriculum and development and implementation. And also our engagement with the private sector and professional bodies, I think, will also be more focused because whereas for the qualifications framework we have generic qualification descriptors for the different levels, level 3 going to level 6, which is our mandate. We need to engage with professional bodies, with industry, to develop some indicative occupation and industry-specific qualification descriptors. By this I mean that generally we'll have, say, qualification descriptors for a certificate holder, craft certificate holder in electrical engineering. But the electrical engineering practice in the construction industry might have certain specifics that they want to see in an electrician, certain competencies in an electrician working in the construction industry. We have things like these elevators and the air con things and all those type of things. As an industry, they might have consensus. They said, no, for an electrician coming to our industry, in addition to the general things, we will also ask for this. The same can be asked for the electrical power generation industry, like ZESCO and these new power companies that are coming on board. They might specify specifics for this craft certificate holder, electrical craftsperson, particularly the power generation and distribution industry. So there, for consensus to be reached, we need more engagement with the private sector and the industry.
Some stakeholders talked to are happy with the TQF.
TQF is very important to us. It will not only harmonize local qualifications, but it will also align the foreign examinations and certificates. You see, the problem we are facing in this country, so many people, so many Zambians are attracted by the foreign certificates. Although they look so attractive, they may not hold much water. Some of them don't even fulfill the required outcomes. You see, people go out there for 6 months, come back with a degree. You just wondering what kind of degree they've obtained. Somebody will go out there for 1 year, come back with PhD. You know, I think it's high time that we Zambians started scrutinizing these foreign qualifications. I think TQF is a very good idea that will harmonize low qualifications and also check on foreign qualifications.
TEVETA has brought in this qualification framework, which now makes it easier for us to tell where you can place any person who has got what qualifications. It is also helping us to even tell what status of qualifications of people coming from abroad. We have a lot of qualifications that mean nothing in this country from abroad. And we thank TEVETA for being very watchful and trying to advise these foreign qualification providers to improve their lot. Their qualifications now, you can tell whether it is worth being called a diploma or it's worth being called a certificate. Some of the highly placed overseas colleges are providing courses which they call diplomas, which are just supposed to be workshop certificates. And because of the TEVETA qualification framework, we can now tell what a certificate should be. How many hours will make a certificate and how many hours will make a diploma.
Mr. Ofan Hachinene is TEVETA Director responsible for training standards and explains the transfer of exams from ECZ to TEVETA and the importance of continuous assessments.
The major, or what we call a landmark in the reform process, is the transfer of examinations from Examinations Council to TEVETA. Because all TEVETA examinations now will be, from 2011, will be wholly run by TEVETA. We already started the process. At the moment, we're at 49% level of transfer of the examinations. Meaning, therefore, that all the programs that start with, say, first year we started with them, we'll continue with them until they've completed. Examination Council continues with the programs, those that actually we found them doing. If they are repeaters in that area, they have to complete under Examinations Council. Why? We cannot give you 2 certificates. One TEVETA, one Examinations Council. Continue with the Examinations Council until you have completed. All the first years, in most of the engineering programs, we have taken over. And the next year we are taking over completely, or the health sciences, we are taking over. Business studies we have already taken over. So when come 2011, we are through. All the examinations now will be wholly run or conducted by TEVETA.
Some students talked to are also happy with the transfer of exams.
From the time TEVETA came in, as students are regulated by TEVETA, we've seen quite a number of achievements, of which time has also been controlled. many times where our results would come months, or would be called in school to start learning, but the results are not yet in school. But with TEVETA, we've seen a change where results are come on time, results are given to students on right time, and students have been given in ample time even to resit on the course that they failed. We are now have got 3 sessions where you fail, you'll be able to resit for 3 times, which has been an achievement on our part of the students being regretted by TEVETA.
TEVETA's